Okay, one more little flow for the day. We'll do a 10-minute low back stretch. We are gonna use blocks, so if you don't have blocks at home, you can use water bottles, you can use books, get creative, towels, pillows, kind of stack them up. You don't have to use the blocks at all, but they'll just give a little extra. So we're gonna start laying on our back. And you're gonna slide the blocks underneath your thighs, somewhere between your knees and your butt, and at whatever height feels good. So I like the lowest height, some people like the second height. Yeah, and that'll just create a little bend in your knees. Totally, you might do them long ways, you might do them short ways. And by bending your knees, you're releasing your low back, your hamstrings a little bit. So close your eyes. Take a moment to check in. Create a really full, deep breath. And start to send your breath into your low back. So visualize each inhale creating openness and space. And each exhale, releasing some tension if you're feeling it, if you're holding on to stuff. It's going to be a pretty gentle little practice, so your breath doesn't have to be super loud or super strong, but see if you can create a consistent rhythm at least. Something you can hold steady. So we have a lot of tension in our low back because our hips are tight, because our hamstrings are tight, because our low back is tight. It might be because we don't have a lot of mobility side to side or rotationally. So just gently start to open that up. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them. You're going to slide the blocks out from underneath your thighs and just kind of place them on the side of your mat. Bend your knees. So your feet are on your mat, your knees point up to the sky. And take your right ankle across your left thigh for a little figure 4 reclined pigeon. Nice, flex your toes and that'll create activation through your legs so you're not just forcing your knee to the side. If that feels good, stay there. If you think you want a little bit more, you can reach for the back of your left hamstring or your left shin. Right arm can go between your legs, left arm around for a little extra. So continue to use your breath, continue to use that visualization. Inhales, creating space. Exhales, releasing tension, letting go of some tightness. You're always welcome to stay longer, so especially if it feels good to hold a stretch a little bit more, welcome to hang out there. Or as you feel like it's been enough, switch. So your left ankle crosses over your right thigh. Same thing, this side might feel good with your foot on the ground, or you might want to draw everything into your chest for a little bit more. And it's super often that one side's tighter, so you don't have to do the same option on each side. You might choose to stay longer on the tighter side. Yeah, and you might find even a little bit of movement. Let's take 2 more breaths. At the end of that breath, you can release. We'll take a happy baby. So knees work toward your armpits or outside your ribs to the ground. Feet press up to the sky. And see if you can really lengthen your low back down to the ground. So if your butt wants to lift a lot, maybe don't pull your knees quite as close to lengthen your low back. If your butt can stay pretty far down, low back is pretty flat toward the ground, you might rock a little side to side. Looks good, Jill. Give your low back a little gentle massage. Release from here. Hug both knees into your chest. Arms come around your shins and bring your forehead up into your knees. You're squeezing into a little ball, finding a nice rounding through your spine. Let your head relax down. And place your hands on top of your kneecaps. Make some little circles in the sky. Knees might move together in one direction, or they might move separate. And find movement again in the opposite direction. So you're always balancing it out. Awesome. Arms can reach out wide in a T. You're going to let both knees fall gently to your right. So depending on how flexible you are, your knees might come to the ground, they may not. If they don't, or even if they do and it feels nice, you might use your block there, to rest your knee on top of your block, or even to place a block between your knees for a little extra support. You want to keep it there? Is that okay? It's okay on if it's okay on your neck, turn and look toward your left hand, so over your left shoulder. And think about here, instead of just twisting, lengthening through your lower body. So your hip is moving away from your shoulder. Yeah, you're creating space through your low back. You're going to find a little bit more of that rotation we talked about. Awesome. Feel free to use your hands, so especially if you're not feeling your core today. You're just going to come back to center and take it all the way to the other side. I like your moves. Block can stay between your legs or come underneath your knees for a little bit extra support. And again, if it's comfortable, look over your right shoulder. If something's not comfortable, if it feels like too much, don't go quite as deep. Back off, do something else that works. A huge part of our yoga practice is building that awareness, right? Connection, body, mind. And usually when something doesn't feel right in your body, it's not right for you, so it's time to back off or change it. Cool, we're going to bring it back to center. Place your feet on the ground, knees point up to the sky. Bring your hands by your sides. See if you can find your heels with your fingertips. Walk your feet in pretty close. So we'll take a little restorative bridge pose. You're going to use a block. Yep, there you go. And you're going to slide the block kind of right at your waistband, right at your sacrum. So the little triangular shaping bone, the bottom of your spine. Adjust it so it's comfortable. You might be on step 1, step 2, step 3. Does that feel okay? Yeah, and then let your body sit into the block. So really kind of rest down into it. If that's plenty, feel free to stay there. Or if you want to take a little bit more of a restorative shoulder stand, you're going to keep the block and slowly start to reach one leg and then the other up to the sky. Your sacrum stays on the block. And always move with control. Nice. Is that okay there? Yeah, that's good. You might even slide it down just a little bit. Awesome. Feel free to use your hands. Perfect. Nice, Kate. So you can use a wall for this too. If we were to push our mats against the wall, with or without the block, legs up the wall is a nice release for the back of your legs and your low back. Yeah, and as it feels like enough for you, you can draw your knees in, feet to the ground. Slowly press through your feet to lift your hips and slide the block out from underneath. And then roll yourself down onto your mat. Hug your knees into your chest again. Head can lift if that feels good, otherwise head can stay on the ground. If your head is lifted, release it down. And take little gentle rocks side to side. Again, finding a massage here, right around your lumbar spine. We'll come back into a mini Shavasana, again using your blocks underneath your thighs. Or if you want a little bit of a different hip stretch, you can take a Supta Baddha Konasana, so soles of your feet together, knees out to the side, and bring the blocks underneath your knees. Yeah. And same thing, you can kind of play with what height and where it feels good. Is that okay, Jill? Cool. Yeah. So by using the blocks, we have some support, something to relax into. It makes it to where you're not just using gravity or fighting against it. Get comfortable. Let go. Give yourself permission to be. Give your low back permission to relax even a little bit more. And either stay here if it feels good, if you need more time, or slowly and carefully with your eyes closed, find your way up to any comfortable seat. You can sit on your blocks so your hips are above your knees. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And bring your palms together in front of you. We'll lift thumbs between our eyebrows, sealing in this connection, body, mind, and soul. And gently bow your head to honor the teacher within you. Namaste.
Namaste.